In 1922, a sealed tomb was opened in the sands of Egypt. It had remained untouched for more than 3,000 years. No footsteps, no light, no human presence. What waited inside would change archaeology forever. And soon after, people began to die. Suddenly, mysteriously, one by one, newspapers around the world called it the Curse of the Pharaoh. This is the dark, unsettling, and deeply controversial story of King Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was born into chaos. Egypt was divided. Religious beliefs were shifting. Power was unstable. He became pharaoh at just 9 years old, a child ruling one of the greatest civilizations in history. He reigned for only 10 years. Then, without warning, he died. Before his 19th birthday, his death was never fully explained. Some believe it was illness. Others believe it was an accident. There are even theories of murder. But in life, Tutankhamun was considered insignificant, a forgotten ruler, barely mentioned in ancient records. History moved on until his tomb was discovered. For centuries, Egypt's royal tombs were looted, gold stolen, mummies destroyed. But Tutankhamun's tomb remained hidden, buried beneath sand and rubble, protected by time. In the early 20th century, British archaeologist Howard Carter believed something extraordinary still lay undiscovered. For years, he searched the Valley of the Kings. Many thought he was wrong. Funds were running out. Hope was fading. Then on November 4th, 1922, everything changed. A step was found beneath the sand. Stone, ancient, undisturbed. The entrance to the tomb was carefully uncovered. Carter made a small hole. He peered inside. When asked what he saw, he famously replied, "Wonderful things." Inside was a treasure beyond imagination. Golden statues, jewelry, weapons, furniture, chariots, and at the center of it all, the golden mask of Tutankhamun. The tomb was intact, sealed, silent, waiting. But rumors began to spread almost immediately. Some claimed there was a warning carved near the tomb, a curse meant to protect the pharaoh. Death shall come on swift wings to those who disturb the peace of the pharaoh. At first, scholars dismissed it, ancient superstition, sensational journalism, but events soon took a dark turn. Only months after the tomb was opened, tragedy struck. Lord Carnarvon, the wealthy aristocrat who funded the expedition, fell ill. It began with a mosquito bite, a small wound, something insignificant. The bite became infected. Blood poisoning followed. He died suddenly in Cairo. At the exact moment of his death, the city reportedly lost power. Lights went out across Cairo. Miles away in England, Carnarvon's dog began to howl, then collapsed and died. The newspapers erupted. The curse was no longer a rumor. It was front-page news. More deaths followed. One archaeologist collapsed without explanation. Another member of the expedition died from a sudden fever. A radiologist who examined the mummy later died mysteriously. A researcher studying the tomb's artifacts was found dead in his home. In total, more than 20 people connected to the discovery died under strange circumstances. The public became obsessed. Fear spread. The legend of the curse grew stronger. Newspapers exaggerated. Stories multiplied. Every death was linked to the tomb. Even unrelated illnesses became part of the narrative. But one question remained. Was this truly a curse or something else entirely? Scientists began searching for explanations. One theory focused on toxic mold. Ancient tombs were sealed for thousands of years. Air trapped inside could contain dangerous spores. Breathing them in could cause illness. Another theory suggested ancient bacteria, pathogens long forgotten by modern immune systems. There were also ideas about poisonous gases, chemicals released when the tomb was opened. Each explanation made sense, to a point. But there were problems. Not everyone exposed became sick. Some people died years later. Others died suddenly. Some had no direct contact with the tomb at all. And then there was Howard Carter, the man who spent the most time inside the tomb, the man who opened it. He lived for many more years. He died peacefully. No curse, no mystery. So why did others die? Psychologists offered another explanation: fear, belief, expectation. When people believe they are cursed, stress increases. The body weakens. illness becomes more likely. The mind can become deadly. Perhaps the curse worked not through magic, but through belief itself. Ancient Egyptians understood this. They believed deeply in the afterlife. They believed disturbing the dead had consequences. Warnings were meant to protect tombs, not through force, but through fear. The curse may have been psychological, but its effects were very real. Even today, discoveries continue. Artifacts found far from the tomb, documents re-examined, medical records studied. Some deaths are explained, others remain mysterious. No single theory answers everything, and that is why the curse endures. More than 100 years later, King Tutankhamun still captivates the world. His tomb changed archaeology forever. His curse divided historians. Some believe it was coincidence. Others believe it was inevitable. But one truth remains: history is not silent. When disturbed, it echoes. Some doors were never meant to be opened. Some stories refuse to stay buried, and some mysteries remain unsolved. If you enjoy stories where history meets mystery, subscribe to Echoes of History, because the past is never truly dead. It only waits to be remembered.